Yulia Bessolova was born on December 2, 1999, in Kaluga, Russia, a city known for its rich history and growing interest in sports. From a young age, Yulia exhibited a natural athleticism and competitive spirit that would eventually guide her towards the beautiful game of football. Raised in a family with a strong appreciation for sports, her parents encouraged her to pursue her interests, which led her to start playing football at a local youth club when she was just 6 years old. Yulia's early experiences on the field were marked by her enthusiasm and relentless determination. She was drawn to the game not only because of her love for competition but also due to the joy she found in teamwork and the camaraderie that came with being part of a football team. It wasn't long before her coaches began to notice her exceptional technical skills, quick thinking, and ability to read the game. A combination that would set her apart as she developed into a promising young player. At the age of 10, Yulia joined a competitive youth football academy in Moscow, where she began to refine her abilities. The academy was renowned for producing talented players, and it was here that Yulia's footballing education took a significant step forward. As she honed her skills and gained experience, Yulia started to develop a reputation as a versatile midfielder capable of controlling the tempo of a game, distributing passes with precision, and making incisive runs, developing at the youth level. From Moscow to the national spotlight, Yulia's rise through the ranks of Russian youth football was nothing short of impressive. By the time she reached her teenage years, she was already playing at a high level, having earned a spot in some of the most competitive leagues in Russia. Her performances at youth tournaments and domestic youth competitions caught the attention of scouts from top-tier Russian clubs. Recognizing her potential, she was quickly recruited to join the senior team of Zvezda 2005, one of Russia's most prominent women's football clubs. At Zvezda 2005, Yulia was able to further develop her skills in a professional environment. The club provided her with a platform to showcase her talents and gain valuable experience in the Russian Women's Premier League. By the time she was 16, she had already made her debut for the senior team, playing in the league and contributing to the team's success. Her performances were marked by her agility, vision, and intelligence on the ball, which made her an instant asset to the team. As a midfielder, Yulia played a key role in Zvezda 2005's attacking play. She displayed an uncanny ability to break down opposition defenses with her passing and her movement off the ball. Her dribbling ability and eye for creating chances also stood out, earning her recognition as one of the most promising midfielders in Russia. With each match, she continued to grow, and it was clear that Yulia had the potential to become one of Russia's top footballers. International recognition. First call-ups to the national team. By 2016, Yulia's impressive performances at the club level had earned her a spot in the Russian national team. She received her first call-up to the senior squad for a UEFA Women's Euro qualifier, an opportunity to test herself against the best of Europe. At just 17 years old, Yulia became one of the youngest players ever to represent Russia in international competition, marking the beginning of what would become a long and successful career on the international stage. Her debut for the national team was a proud moment in her career. Despite her youth, Yulia displayed maturity beyond her years, confidently taking on some of the most formidable teams in Europe. Her performances were impressive for someone so young, as she showed poise under pressure and a deep understanding of the game. It was clear to both her coaches and teammates that Yulia had the potential to make a significant impact on the international stage. In the following years, Yulia became a regular feature in the Russian squad. She was an important part of the team's midfield, contributing with her passing range, vision, and tactical awareness. Whether it was breaking up opposition attacks or orchestrating offensive play, Yulia quickly became one of the team's most dependable players. She earned praise for her consistency and her ability to perform well under pressure, qualities that would define her international career. Career peak. Domestic success and international contributions. As Yulia continued to develop both domestically and internationally, her career reached new heights. At the club level, Zvezda 2005 was one of the dominant forces in the Russian league, and Yulia played a central role in their continued success. She was an integral part of the team that won multiple Russian Women's Premier League titles and domestic cup competitions. Her contributions were key to Zvezda 2005's ability to maintain its status as one of the leading clubs in Russian women's football. Yulia's performances in domestic competitions also drew the attention of clubs abroad, and by 2018, she was being courted by top European clubs. However, despite the interest from other leagues, Yulia remained committed to Zvezda 2005, where she was beloved by her teammates and supporters. Her leadership and maturity on the pitch, despite her relatively young age, made her one of the most respected players in the league. On the international stage, Yulia's career continued to flourish. She was called up to represent Russia in several major international tournaments, including the 2017 UEFA Women's Euro and the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup qualifiers. At these events, she proved herself to be a player capable of making a difference at the highest level. Her composed performances in midfield allowed Russia to compete with some of Europe's best teams, and Yulia's reputation as one of the country's top footballers was cemented. One of Yulia's most notable moments came during the 2018 UEFA Women's Championship qualifiers. Russia's qualification for the tournament was a hard-fought process, and Yulia's performances in critical matches were crucial to the team's success. Her leadership on the pitch, as well as her ability to control the midfield, made her a standout player in the qualifiers. As Russia made it through to the tournament, Yulia was lauded for her contributions, and her name became synonymous with Russia's rise in European women's football. Last year's legacy and continued impact. As Yulia entered the later stages of her career, she continued to be a key player for both Zvezda 2005 and the Russian national team. Though she faced increasing competition from younger players, Yulia's experience, footballing intelligence, and consistency ensured that she remained an integral part of the team. In the latter part of her career, Yulia focused not only on her individual performances but also on mentoring younger players. She took on a leadership role in the national team, guiding the next generation of Russian footballers and helping to shape the team's tactical approach. Her ability to lead by example, both on and off the pitch, was highly regarded by her teammates and coaches alike. Though Yulia was no longer as heavily involved in the senior international scene as she once was, she continued to represent her country in key fixtures and remained a respected figure in Russian women's football. Her legacy as one of the most talented and influential midfielders in Russia's history is firmly established. Legacy and recognition. Yulia Bessolova's impact on Russian women's football extends far beyond her individual achievements. Her contributions to both Zvezda 2005 and the Russian national team have been instrumental in the development of women's football in Russia. Through her technical skill, leadership, and consistency, she has set an example for future generations of footballers. Her legacy is not only defined by the trophies she has won or the goals and assists she has contributed, but also by the inspiration she has provided to young girls who aspire to follow in her footsteps. Yulia's story is one of resilience, dedication, and passion for the game, and she remains a beloved figure in Russian football history. As she continues to contribute to the development of the sport, Yulia's influence will be felt for years to come. Her legacy as a player and a mentor ensures that Russian women's football will continue to grow and thrive, and her name will forever be etched in the history of the game.